It's alright, it's okay. Doesn't really matter if you're old and gray. It's alright, I say it's okay. Listen to what I say. It's alright, doing fine. Doesn't really matter if the sun don't shine. It's alright, I say it's okay. We're getting to the end of the day. High tech, low tech, take your pick. 'Cause you can't teach an old dog a brand new trick. I don't care what everybody says. At the end of the day, there's a place that I can't find. A drink or two to ease my mind.
Rob Smith here. Uh-oh.
It's alright, take your time. Everybody thinks that you passed your prime.
Hope y'all are doing well.
It's okay.
Trying to get over to Google, to YouTube. Here we go. Oh, wow, right up front here. Here we go. Oh, wow, right up
It's
front.
okay. Doesn't really matter if you're old and gray. It's alright, I say it's okay. Listen to what I say. It's alright.
There we go.
Doing fine. Doesn't really matter if the sun don't shine.
All right, I am here, and you are there, and we're over wherever. And how tickled I am that you have bothered to come by and be part of things. I need to have an image when I first start here of some sort. Maybe I'll keep. I have a little pile of comics. Hold on, I just have a board fall over. Some artwork on it. I need to put that in its place. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, this was actually a Get Smart. This is actually, why am I using the word actually? Like I made this up, like this is some prop I created just to, no, this is a comic book, 12 cents, January, I don't know what year, 67, 66, Get Smart. And this is actually, there I go with the word actually again. This photo was a prop photo done by, from the studio of Agent 86 and the dog who was known as Fang. And I know that only because it has the word Fang here. I didn't actually remember. Which was used for a whole bunch of promotional things involving Get Smart, including the cover of this comic book, which is I guess this is issue 12? Don't say, so maybe it's issue 12 of Get Smart. This was also used on the cover of a series of books, one of the books of a series that was done by a writer named William Johnson, which I strongly recommend. Funny, I read them back in junior high school, Robert E. Lee Junior High School. What a great series of books, if you can find them. I think you can get them digitally off of Amazon, but they're very, very good. Oh, this has a copyright on it. You may be able to see it better than I can, because I can zoom in here, and I can't see it. I don't know what it says. Can you see it? Where is it? Let me go down up here. There we go. And the year is, I don't want to take it out of the bag. Excuse me while I use the camera. Yeah, 1966. So I'm using the camera as a magnifying glass. Aren't I nice? So this 1966 means this actually got created in 1965. That's what. But this is, but you can find the William Johnson. Buck Henry was a genius, and Mel Brooks, geniuses. Something about Get Smart, I think it's the laugh track. I really don't like it. I don't like laugh tracks, and it really doesn't work with Get Smart. It gets in the way. It's too loud. And the exchange, especially how Buck Henry and Mel Brooks wrote, they wrote a lot of back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And if you're constantly trying to throw in that laugh track, you're basically having, you're doing a punch, a gag punch, a gag. Let me try to use language gag, a gag, laugh track, gag, laugh track, gag, and you break. You can't. The gag should work together. Gag, 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 gag. Then this series would have been perfect if it didn't have a laugh track. I have trouble listening to it because I can hear the banter that is supposed to be there get lost in the stupid laugh track. And though we've lost Buck Henry, Mel Brooks is still with us today, thank God. And what a genius he is. He is unfortunately very much different than I politically, and I think all of us. Oh, hello, Alice. Hello, River Dolphin. You've changed your little picture thing. I don't know what that is, but and then Stinius. What does Stinius mean? And are you a fan of Road Dahl, or is that your last name? I'm not sure. Uh, but anyway, this is like one of the comics I have, so I just thought I'd open with that. All right, so what do I start to draw with? Well, I realized I was just talking to Hope, and I was mentioning how I found something I had for my aunt. It's a pin for Coral Gables. It was either you got a key to the city or you got this pin. So I have a pin, the official pin to Coral Gables from about 70, 80 years ago. But it's a tiny little thing. And it turned out to be in a box of candy. And I was only in the box of candy because I found some things in the bathroom. There was a plastic container and there was stuff in the plastic container. I found the stuff in the plastic container which should have been in the candy box. So I went to the candy box and found it was in the. Never mind. This doesn't make any. I make it makes as much sense as something that Maxwell Smart was involved with. Without agent, I don't need chaos. I'm it. I am chaos. So anyway, if you don't know the Kinder Eggs, I'm a big fan of Kinder Eggs. I first learned about Kinder Eggs, I guess, going overseas with the USO, entertaining our troops, and I found a Kinder Egg, and we get a different version in America, but it's a actually I have original plastic. I have my Kinder Egg toys, but it's a plastic egg inside is a toy, and there's chocolate around the plastic egg. But you see, here in the States, no kidding. You want to talk about swamp, deep swamp? There's a deep swamp involving the candy business, and it involves M&M Mars, based in Hackettstown, New Jersey, and Hershey, and the Nestle company. They don't want. They were trying to keep Kinder candies out. Kinder are huge all throughout England, Europe, and where I found this. I think I found this. Did I find this in Heathrow Airport? I'm pretty sure I found. I know I bought some when I was in the Mideast. I was at whatchamacallit, Kandahar or wherever I was, one of those airports there. And I know they're all through there. So it's a big, big deal. The lawyers went about trying to make the FDA make demands on Kinder that if you want to have this, you can't because children will choke on the toys. Of course, they could also choke on the chocolate, those little chocolate pieces that Hershey makes, or those little M&Ms. But no, 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 no. They could choke on those little pieces in the plastic container. So you have to do this. You have to have the toy, half of it, and the other half is chocolate in a plastic container. It is so stupid. And I see all that Kinder went through just so these are all this kind of Kinder Egg are only available in America. You will not find them in the rest. You go anywhere else in the world, you get a different Kinder Egg. Here, they're split in two. But if you haven't had one before, does anyone know these? I don't know if you know this or not, but this is chocolate on this side, and actually I'll open. I guess where I get this habit of saying actually. Stop saying actually. Okay. Actually, anyway, you open this up. Now in the so the lawyers went after them for this being more nutritious because the other was just chocolate. Just chocolate. Well, can you make it with some wafers and do it more nutritious? There's actually more candy in this than there is over in Europe or anywhere else. Oh, did you say what's this about Brazil? Hello, Jose, Joseph. I'm sorry, I'm heating. It's a Wonderful Life, Joseph. Um, yeah, well, this is a Kinder Egg in America. You will find them all over the place. You'll find them all over the place. They're very expensive here too, much cheaper. I think they're Kinder Eggs in Brazil. They're in South America, but this is not the Kinder Egg you get in Brazil. I don't think, at least. I think I've seen South American Kinder Eggs. They're like what you get in Europe. Anyway, so this is what you get. You get this vanilla chocolate wafer silliness that really is a mess for a child to deal with. It's a mess. But here, I thought I would start off whatever I draw would be influenced by whatever. You don't know what's in, and you get this little plastic, which, by the way, you don't get in Europe. So here is more to kill our environment. This little plastic piece will kill every animal, little teeny animal, every dog and cat in the entire United States of America and Brazil all at the same time. So stupid. So lawyers, and all it was about was to keep Kinder out of America, which didn't work because you see the Kinder eggs, you see the Kinder chocolates all over the place. Now, it didn't work. So anyway, you have no idea what's in here. Well, let's see what's in. I will draw based upon whatever I find in here. Oh, God. they tend to be more clever in Europe because they have more space. They have a larger egg. Here they tend to be more squashed. Notice the squashiness of this. This is weird. It's like it's a rubbery thing. Okay, I'm not sure this is different. So some what? Oh God, that's scary. This coming to you at night. I am going to eat you. Ah! All right, so this will, I don't know what this is. It looks like it's a space. They've done a bunch of space things. They've had some brilliant, I'll have to share some of the brilliant toys they have. Sometimes we get good stuff here in the States. Not often. Is the Brazilian, is Joe still here? Good luck finding inspiration, whatever it is. I agree. Is that, he may not know Kinder Eggs. I don't know. But what comes so now Kinder Eggs has changed. Kinder Eggs have been around for 50 years, and they're also now owned by Ferrar, which owns a lot of chocolates. Kinder was bought by Ferrar, but what is it is a space thing apparently. Well, there's a couple different things. You get a camera, a little plastic play camera, some little I don't know what this is, and I got this thing. Apparently, it's a fire. That's not a fireman. I don't know what that is. So, all right, so some sort of space something or other. I have no idea. If I don't know, I'm 6 decades in here. I should know what the heck this is. I have no idea. Can you? I guess it's a robot. It breaks up into little pieces, and you. If I can't figure this out, how's a 5-year-old supposed to figure it out? Okay, I don't know. Sometimes the Kinder stuff doesn't work. So something involving not being able to figure out something as a spaceman. Oh, I have no idea. I'll just draw an eyeball and let's see if anything comes of it. There's usually a mask involved with all the Kinder did a series involving national animals, and it was just wonderful work. The eagle that they had and the toys was just beautiful and brilliant all at the same time. Hope's here? Kinder Ovo. But do you get the Kinder? Is your Kinder egg a whole Kinder or sorry, let me do this. Is it one whole egg or is it split in two? The egg parts. If you get these, you might know. I know. I know throughout Europe and the Mideast and Africa, it's a whole thing. It's a whole egg. It doesn't split in two. And the toy is in a little plastic egg. Okay, let me. I'll actually use this as some sort of reference because I don't need it, but actually I need that. Two different. Oh, wait a minute. So this thing has two different. Oh my gosh. So the idea is, these are brilliant. So here's the brilliance. The brilliance is that you basically have 4 toys in one. You just dress up the little mannequin into whatever you want it to be. It looks like a fireman or a spaceman. How do you make a connection between fireman and spaceman? I don't know what they are then. Still, it's a weird thing. And trying to figure this out. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Well, I'll go with the spaceman. I was trying to figure out the fire thing. I get it now. Okay. But they did. I'll have to show some of those. The eagle is just incredible. I'll make my own. Again, making this up as I go. So he's got some weird outfit. We're talking about that. Oh, I've still got that comic here, I think. I was going to move it last night, and I didn't. Let's refer to, we're talking about that. Here it is. There's the Aurora, this comic book from, again, I think it's also 67 or 68. So let's refer to that. So this little space thing. Now, the real one of these packets actually had arms that went up here. And the Kinder's actually has made toys that have the little thing going over the arms, which is why I think of it. It does look like a, yeah, they're not stickers though. They're actually cardboard, and they're 3 pieces. It looks like. This looks very complicated for a child to deal with. Very complicated. Even a European child which tends to be a bit more on top of things than. I'll share. I have containers of these things. I love it. I'm just like to support Kinder. I don't want them to go away. Young people need clever things in their lives. They won't get them otherwise. I think that's this one's a little too much. All right, we'll do something like this. Yeah, they had a whole series of critters that were just really good. They had a beaver that would you could move, and he had a little piece of wood, and he'd actually be chewing on the wood. Very clever. I had some really great squirrels I gave to my friend Laurie. I need to still debating what to do about Facebook and friending folks in case I get my pages back. I need to make persistence. I need to get back to trying to get my pages back, but I've been busy with projects. So these legs are they don't have hands and feet. Oh my gosh, they don't have hands and feet. Oh, these will. How dare they not have hands and feet? Of course, the problem with this backpack having fire is that his leg would go on fire. And so I should give him a fire extinguisher. Oh, by the way, we're celebrating the Mark Stein had a wonderful, wonderful program. I don't know if it's available. It's his next program's tonight. It's in the UK, so the program will play around 12:30 in the morning. But we're actually celebrating the 70th anniversary of the appearance of James Bond, which happened on a American TV program, and it was played by an American. James Bond was an American. I've actually seen that program. It was Felix Leiter who was the British. If you don't know, I'm fascinated with what Ian Fleming was up to. The intent, and you have to know old music, like I love music. Okay, so he's going to find somebody who doesn't know what's going on in the chat. Well, strangely, the comic wasn't any less confusing, even from years ago. Flame retardant boots. Here, I'll put some smoke coming off of it, coming off the boots. Here, we'll do the classic little. Ouch! So he's finding something he doesn't know what it is. What might that be? Oh, maybe an egg. I'm looking over the chat, see what comes up here. What have you been doing? What have you all been doing today? I hope you all been playing plenty of skee ball. Have gone out to play skee ball, and hopefully you've also gone out and done some shopping, maybe for, whatever happens. What might you've been looking for? Let's see, what's Brazil? Of course, anytime I hear Brazil, which I know is, did he write? Did he put it in? So say Joseph's still here. Joseph, it's getting 1 month from now. Christmas songs endless, right? No, endless Christmas songs. Oh, that's funny. He spelled Brazil with a Z, but Brazil is actually spelled with an S in Brazil. And Brazilian nuts, right? Which explains me. I feel a little Brazilian nuts. Yeah, where's that little guy? Yeah, he looks scary. Ooh. My half brother Jeff says every time you see my cartoon animals I draw, he says my cartoon animals look scary to him. He unfortunately had a stroke at 38. In the military, he was over in Yokota, Japan. He's just been working out. And he walks out, goes to his car, and oh my gosh! So this is like a skeletal thing. Here's his shoulder blades, his spine, his leg. That's his pelvis there. Well, how weird that is. So what on earth is that? It's rubbery. So this is plastic, but that's rubbery. Yeah, it's rubbery. How weird this is. This cost them a fortune to make, and it's so worthless. Anyway, um, one of the most weird Kinder things I've ever seen. I've been buying. I've got tons of toys. Well, what about continue with your? Or am I not seeing the chat? Are you all continuing this? What have you been doing today? Thank you for watching. Please like this if you would. I appreciate it. Here, I'm gonna make him. I'm gonna split him in half. Here, you know what I'll do? I'm gonna make it so it looks like he has a zipper down this half of him. So I'll put a big old. There you go. I don't know what's inside if you unzip him, but just have your have a bottle of Windex with you just in case. You ran 6 miles. Who was chasing you? Looks like Gumby. Where's my Gumby? Where did I put that Gumby? I've lost track of Gumby. I had him here the other day. He ran off with the Pokey, I guess. I have this. I see him. You go to conventions. When you go to a lot of conventions, if you all been to conventions, you get weird things like squeezy things. And I got this weird thing for Pimco Door Hardware. Door Hardware by Pimco, and it's a samurai, and you can squeeze them. Isn't that weird? Weird. But if you're frustrated with things, I've already lost. Oh, I'm holding them. So if you look at this, say, "Oh, this is frustrating." Squeeze it, squeeze it. How frustrating this is. Put that away. Out. All right, so this is another planet, let's say, of this weird creature. Put mountains. Just because it just doesn't matter. There you go, Brazilian nut Kinder. So yeah, actually, so all these are starting to look like maybe all the mountains have little faces. Maybe it's going all over the place. So one of them's coughing. I don't know what to. Yeah, well, with this sort of thing, you could get any name on here. You get Brazilian Nut Kinder on here if you want to. You buy this from some manufacturing company and they just stamp it, pop, 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 pop. I've got a bunch of these actually. I'm not sure what to do with them. Actually, here, if you remember the TV show Psych, they did it with a pineapple. This is a Come Being Fair. They were an engineering company. I got this at an AIA convention. I remember. I should have got a few. Wouldn't it be fun to get a few dozen of these and put them on the road? I mean, they're only about 3 inches tall. Put them all. Get about 70 of these and put them all along the road and see if people actually try to not drive on that part of it. That'd be funny. That'd be very interesting. I should say Bob's Barricades. You do not know how much money Bob's Barricades and Ace make off these things from us. Every time you see one of these, even in Brazil, if you see one of these, you're paying for that. That is costing every time that's sitting there. You're paying for it. Because let me tell you, Bob's and Ace, they keep track of every single one of them. I know how many you got. Again, I worked at transportation. So, oh, yeah, here's it. So you got a larger one here. Cumbian Fair. Subsurface utilities. Wow, big money in that, and because you get them as contractors, and they use subcontractors. You gotta get. My friend Russell works as one of the subcontractors for Verizon that uses these guys. Oh God, there's billions in this business, and it's mostly all rip off stuff. Anyway, here's Psych. They got pineapples stamped, but I mean, this could say Cumbian Fair or that other company, and I've got this ball. This got worn out a little bit because I was trying to clean it. Myrtle Beach Area Chamber of Commerce. We did a travel. My travel writer guys, we were part of the SATW, Society of American Travel Writers, and we were in South Carolina. That was really a great convention, and we got these little balls, squeezy balls. But I try to get them all in one place so I know where the heck everything is, because I got too many of this stuff. All right, enough of this. Where am I? Or Bob the Bob, you bet, Bob the Billionaire, exactly. There's Andrea Kaczynski speaking about Bob the Barricades. What? I have no idea. I'm just making things up. So maybe this is Bob. I think I can get on to another drawing too. I pulled two sheets, didn't I? Pulled two sheets. Oh yeah, there's another one under here. Okay. And I'm much more awake, as you may be able to tell, than I was last night. I was a little tired. I took a nap because I was up early this morning. But there is a Brazilian. What a weird thing. I don't know. What do you do with something like what? Again, a child could choke on this. In fact, I may eat it myself and choke on it just for fun. You stop by cooking dinner. Good. I guess a lot of y'all are cooking dinner. Who has all this stuff, Rob? I have all this stuff. I have a lot. I'll bring on some Kinder stuff here because I got a bunch of them. I've got a bunch of things. But all right. Am I losing? I think I'm not seeing the chat. Somehow I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I'm somehow down here. Okay, don't eat it. Don't eat. Don't eat your dinner? Why? Why can't we eat your dinner? All right, so there is one for Inktober. What are you cooking, Andrea? You like, yes, Kinder. What's good about chocolate not made here in the States? It's not as sweet, it's not as heavy, and it's actually pretty good for you, too. All right, so we're 2024. This is 20 days. So we only got 11. This is the best I've done so far. This and years of Inktober. Oh, all these two are attached. And again, if you'd like this drawing, just say I like that drawing, and I'll get you that drawing. Oh, Alice, I misplaced the drawing you wanted. I'm not even sure which one it is. I thought I wrote your name on the back, but I can't seem to see it. I'm afraid I set it aside so well. I set it aside so no one will ever find it. It looks like gummy. You're right. It looks like, you know what? I hadn't thought of that. It does look like gummy candy. And if you feel this is squishy. The little yellow is it's like gummy candy. Oh my gosh, you're right. I can see a child thinking, "Ooh, lunchtime, gummy candy." You're cooking spaghetti. What was that Chef Boyardee thing we did? Now, anyone else cooking dinner? That's what eat a lot of spaghetti. I should make some spaghetti. I'm always drawing. I was going to draw some. I'm always drawing people facing this way. I'm going to draw some. I started drawing this to face that way, but I'm changing gears because I need to try to. Look. No, it came in a Kinder egg, which I've now lost. Here it is. It came in a Kinder egg. Yeah. I don't see how children like this. This is actually I can't stop saying actually. This is more parfait than it is chocolate, and for American children, this must taste awful if they've had a bunch of M&Ms. If you've had 3 bags of M&Ms and 4 Hershey bars, and then you try this, the child's gonna get sick anyway. But they're going to get real sick trying to eat that because it won't taste right to them. But all right, you're right. That does look like a little gummy. Now the song Brazil. We're hearts to entertaining tunes. Yeah, great song. Great tune. Oh, it's talking about James Bond. That's right. Yeah, the first James Bond televised version was done in America with Americans 70 years ago. 1954. It was another. It went so poorly that it took another 11 years before Doctor No came about with a British version. And of course, all that came with it: John Barry's music, Sean Connery, who was having a bit of a trouble finding work. His career wasn't doing overly well. Darby O'Gill and the Little People was something doing well with him. Well, I hope Andrea, with this thought of gummies, is putting gummy bears in her spaghetti. Caleb would like it. Gummy bear spaghetti. Try it. Prove me wrong. Best spaghetti you've ever had. Gummy bear spaghetti. Gummy bears came from Europe too, I believe. I believe the idea of gummy, because they've been around for a while. They didn't come here to the States till later. Well, maybe he should be doing what Alice did, running. Alice never did say why she was running 6 miles, but that's okay. I heard about that bank robbery. I understand. Just send us $12 for paying us off for quiet us. We won't tell anybody. We won't send James Bond after you. Yeah, I hope that I was talking to my cousin Kathy here just before I came over here. I talked to Hope and I talked to Kathy, and I need to. My aunt doesn't use the internet. She's not all that old, but she doesn't use Facebook or anything. So my cousin Kathy shows her what I've been up to, and she'd actually lost track of me since I lost my Facebook pages. So I was telling her about how I'm doing this here now, not on Facebook, and how what my Facebook page is, because I haven't been able to send her a friend request. I haven't been able to send many friend requests. I'm trying not to. Again, I hope I get back. Be that as it may, we were talking about. Hold on, I gotta make sure his arm's out here. Okay, so let's go make this all. So he's gonna have a dark shirt. Started thinking of Dick Giordano. He was a comic book illustrator. This is looking a little bit like Giordano, I realize. Yes, just have just swallow a couple toys. Yes. Kinder. Yes, there's a whole bunch. Oh, Kinder's it's such a huge deal in Europe, where it originated. And here we get. I don't know what they have in Brazil. How much Kinder they have in Brazil, but here we get the bar. What are they called? Buenos, and Very popular in Spain, too. And I forget all the different chocolate things. So yeah, I'm going to have him running. Marathon. Oh, you're running. Oh, we're still talking about candy. She's running for a marathon chocolate bar. I got it. If you went to my Facebook page, my friend Jim Fern posted a picture he drew of me 12, 13, 15 years ago. He says that he distinctly remembers handing that picture to me. I have no memory of recollection of that picture at all. It's a wonderful, wonderful illustration. I don't remember it. He remembers it. I used to run a group called Jack Cassidy started a group called Suncoast Ink Slingers that was based in Tampa. And Jack then and his wife moved to Murphy, North Carolina, and I took over the group and moved it to Clearwater, where most of the artists were located. And Jim was over there there was a comic book company called Next Gen. Ding dang it, I can't remember it. A millionaire had started a comic book company, and I knew it was doomed. You just don't start comic book companies. Next Gen, what was it called? Anyway, Jim was amongst those. They got the best in the business. Chuck Dixon and Jimmy Palmiotti. His wife, Amanda Connor, and I went to Kubert School together. She was at the desk beside me. And just a whole slew of really great artists. And they all had to move to Florida to work for this comic book company. And when it went under, they all got stuck in Florida. And Jim's one of those. Jim now lives near me. He moved to the other coast. He's not far from me in Brevard County. He's not far from me or Hope and DJ. Anyway, Jim posted a picture of me he drew today. And I don't remember it at all. I've got a whole gallery of caricatures done of me by all sorts. But why was I bringing up Jim? I forget. So here is someone eating. Golly, it's hard to tell that spaghetti. So I've done poor storytelling here because I can't tell what's going on. So that's when you say, when you know you have a problem, you just start to fill it all in so it all looks like one big plate of goo. You gotta tell the story. So something that may not be spaghetti, it could be spaghetti. I don't know what it is. And I should draw the little bears out here. And actually, I should draw, there I go with actually. I should draw these bears out here. I tell you. So I was talking to Kathy, my cousin, and then I was talking to her. But doing a videos. I need to do some of those. I need to get these videos done. I need to. I saw my friend Jennifer Huber. She has a page on. She has a YouTube channel. She's Solo Travel Girl. If you see the cartooning of that, that's me. I did that for her. But Jennifer, I didn't know how many. She had done all these. I'm on YouTube, now since the beginning of this month, nonstop. I had no idea she had all those videos. She's doing videos all the time by herself. I gotta get these projects done, but I will create some sped up versions of these where it goes from blank paper to the final drawing. You see it real fast. I've made some you can see here on YouTube, but I will do a lot more, I promise. And also, I need to start doing I was talking to Kathy how I've not been doing much any travel. I haven't left this county in over a month now. I have some plans to do that later this month, but that will happen. But my car cooperates, of course. I need to go see my aunt because she is breaking all kinds of records involving survival of my family, which tends not to be very long. So she's 80. She was born in 40. Well, she's 82. And that just she can't hear. Her eyesight's gone. She's pretty much in a wheelchair. She's no Dick Van Dyke, that's for sure. or Mel Brooks. Yeah, last picture I saw Mel Brooks, he wasn't in a wheelchair. He's 94, 95. What else is coming up in the chat? Hello, Melissa Busby. Yeah, yeah, Jim. I don't remember. Melissa, I have no memory of that picture at all. And as I say, if you see that, I don't know if you click the link to see the collection I have, as I've tried to keep them. I started putting those up on Smugmug probably 12 years ago. I've put up more while I've been here as I've come across them. In fact, I just posted one the last few days by Jerry Dowling. He did when we were at a restaurant in Hollywood, California, of me with all my at the time I have a lot of curly hair now. I don't know if I'm gonna get my hair cut before I come that way next time, so I apologize. I need to talk to Chuck Bailey and see if he's coming down here, because then I'll see his brother Calvin, who cut my hair last time. I'm not sure when that's going to happen. I'll call Chuck. I was going to try to draw Jim. Jim's hard to draw. It's hard to draw. Chimney. Yes, Dick Van Dyke. I have a caricature I did of a little boy I saw a picture of. I've got a picture of. Actually, I think it was. I say actually. I'll tell you, if you're around me and you hear me say the word actually, just hit me over the head with a frying pan. If you don't have a frying pan, what's wrong with you? You should be carrying a frying pan with you everywhere you go. What's wrong with you? See, if I was right now beside Andrea Kaczynski, she's cooking spaghetti, so she'd have a frying pan, wouldn't she? And she could hit me over the head with it. That's how you make spaghetti, right? Frying pan. You take the little wormy guys, you put them in the frying pan, and you put it at 500%. But I did a caricature of a little boy. I think this had come up in memories just before my Facebook page vanished. But I have a picture of it otherwise. I had a picture of a little boy and Dick Van Dyke as Bert from the Mary Poppins film. But I actually remember, I say it again, but I remember him better from Bye Bye Birdie. Him and Anne Margaret. And Paul Lynde, who did that great song in the film. Kids. What do you do with these kids today? Funny, that song, I forget, I was discussing this a couple of years ago. We are going through the song Kids, and it applies today as much as it did 60 years ago. Yes, it does. Oh, he was wearing a jacket, wasn't he? Yeah, he got a jacket on. Yep, you need your cast iron skillet. I think I can. Let's see if Jim Fern is not easy to draw, but I think I could draw Andrew Kaczynski with a frying pan, chasing after a guy eating her spaghetti, because she doesn't know who this guy is, and I don't know who that guy is. It's just some guy who looks a little bit like Dick Giordano. It's a key when you're drawing. Drawing tips. Now we make a break for drawing tips. Drawing tip number 3,510. When drawing someone running, it's good to have a jacket because it makes them look like they're moving. Yeah, I'm giving Andrea a jacket, which she'd probably be cold just like Melissa anyway. But that's why superheroes have capes, by the way. It's to make them look like they're moving more. That's it. If you think about it, why on earth would you be flying around a city with a cape, get caught on a light pole, get caught, someone step on it or whatever? That makes sense. So, Well, let's you write cast iron skillet. Well, also, it might be a little hard to lift up a cast iron skillet with Andrea. It would be hard for me to lift up a cast iron skillet. Golly, those things are heavy. And this may be the real reason why Alice was running earlier, is because she was being chased by Stinius, right? With his cast iron skillet. And she's being pummeled by gummy bears on the head. It's raining gummy bears. How often do we find ourselves saying that during the day? Now, what Dick Van Dyke is doing here, I have no idea. But then again, I don't know why he has gummy bears spaghetti either. And well, so we know Alice was running today, and we know Andrea's cooking. What's Melissa doing? What's Stinius doing? What is Jose doing down there in Brazil? What great? Well, yeah, it's a. What time is it in Brazil? I guess it's probably six something, right? Five something. Of course, they're experiencing their winter is ending as their summer is slowly coming in, and we have the reverse. Oh yeah, is that what you're doing, Melissa? You must have better things to do than that. I think that's called vagrancy, um, called law enforcement. Trying to think what else I could do here to add in. Blank spaces. I don't have to. It's good to have breathing spaces. What else? We still got about. Golly, I got some more time here. See, I'm more awake. I'm drawing more. Putting up posted signs around the property. Why you have? Yeah, putting up loitering signs. Yes, putting. I put it. Melissa. Yeah, there you go. Hold on, I can do something with that. Here, hold on. Yes. For some reason, there's trees. Because why not? There's some birds. It's the most important thing you could do on your property is to put a sign up. Post all over your property. Post no bills of bills. You're putting bills up. Post no bills. No singing, dancing, loitering. About time Dick Van Dyke went to jail. Oh, here, let's see. Oh, policeman down there. Can you see that? Can't get any closer. Afraid to zoom in because then I can't zoom out. I draw. Can I draw? Yeah. I'll draw a little Melissa down here as a police officer out to arrest Dick Van Dyke. Melissa Busby arrests Dick Van Dyke. The nation gets furious. How dare you? All right, Andrea with a skillet and Melissa with a billy club because you need a billy club to stop Dick. The only thing that's going to stop Dick Van Dyke is a billy club. Wow, that guy. I don't know if you've seen how he was. He's not really dancing now. He has the last year and a half or so. He's really slowed down. But that wife of his had him dancing, and in his just a couple of years ago, he was dancing. Well, I was amazed at this. Again, I'm been getting tired. I don't know what it is. I mean, Donald Trump seems to be heavy. He seems like, but he just keeps going and going and going. How does he do it? And they're saying he's falling asleep at some meeting. That's exactly what happens with me. If I stop, slow down, I start to drift, and I'll fall asleep. I have to keep going, 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 going. That keeps my energy level up. Unless I'm tired already, then I'm doomed to begin with. But I mean, he was doing a live thing in front of a huge amount of people yesterday, and then he's at McDonald's the next morning. It astounds me. Wow, I wish it was like that. I used to be. Oh, I didn't draw the top of his hat. I now see. Absolutely amazing. Wow. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, I think the complaining about that is a bit, did he log his vote? I'm aware of both parties aiding people to vote, getting them, giving them help at elderly care centers. And were they influenced? You know, both parties, not just one, both parties. I witnessed it with the Republicans in the '80s and the '90s. I didn't. I wasn't involved with that. I was involved with a part of that over at Clay, at the corner of Clay in Minnesota. There were the city of Orlando, Orange County, Winter Park, kind of by the church. There's an elderly care place. We went there a number of times, help people make sure they voted. All right. All right. Oh, I'm sorry about Hope's phone. Yeah, this one's fully charged. Usually I'm just barely making it, but this one, I did take a nap, and that explains this, I think. I was also up at 9, ungodly hour of 9 a.m. All right, so we have, what time? Oh, it's almost 9 now. Wow, we covered a lot. It helps being awake. I may be up all night tonight because I have this project, one thing I have to complete, and I will complete it. So we have the Kinder. I can make that look a little bit round, more like round. And please like this if you get a chance. I'd really appreciate it if you just like it. It's very helpful. Uh, I need to try to have as many videos as Jennifer Huber does. You can find Jennifer Huber here. She has a bunch of videos about her travel, a solo travel girl. She's just posted one, a post Milton one. An old pal of mine. Oh, and she's the one I mentioned before, who's from. She has videos involving the Bills, Buffalo Bills, and how she has video in Florida and video up in your neck of the woods, Alice and Stinius, and her name is Jennifer Huber, and she has 500 videos. She was doing a bunch of them on 10, 11, 12. She went through some of the exact training that myself and my ex-wife had involving doing social media. We had a more extensive than I'm not. She had different ones, but we both were doing it at the same time. So 10, 12 years ago, we were just everywhere, all over the internet, which didn't really, was just really getting going. Facebook was just starting. But then YouTube was just starting. But I see she had a whole ton of videos then. I had a ton of material too, so did Sandra. But then she fell off of it, and she's been getting back into it again. And you'll see how if you go to her site, you'll see Jennifer Huber, how she looked 12 years ago is not how she looks today. She looks very different. She's been working very hard on her health. She unfortunately, while she was up in Buffalo, she was out in the woods and got bitten by a tick in August, and in September was diagnosed with Lyme disease. So she's been doing videos of her trying to deal with this her whole, because she now has energy problems, and maybe I've been out in the woods so much. Maybe that's my problem for all I know. I don't know, but something's got me slowing down. But and she's gotten older too. But my situation is I don't know. But anyway, she's got a lot of good videos there, and I hope to. Oh, I brought this. Well, I'll do this another time. I'll do this next time. All right, so I will go ahead and pull the plug here. Thank you all very much for being here. Calvary Towers. Yep. That elderly care facility on the corner was originally supposed to be apartments and it turned into an elderly care place on the corner there of Minnesota and Clay. Oh, yeah, it was called Calvary Tower. That's right. That's why you put tower. All right, thank you all for being here. I'll be back tomorrow. Inktober continues. Who knows what comes up again? If you see me post that this is coming up, post a word or two underneath or what you're doing or something, and I'll work right from it. Or maybe I'll open another Kinder Egg. Thank you, Joe, Jose, there from Brazil, Melissa, Alice, Stinius. If I forget you, I apologize. Hope and Dragon, or right? You used to call yourself Dragon. And Andrea and Caleb. Thank you all for being here, being a part of things. I'll see you all next time. Take care. Robert Smith here, and good night. Good night.